Yay!
Hello.
Wow, amazing. Finally, we
I,
made it.
10 years using Instagram. I still don't know how to do it.
But here we are. I'm
Yeah.
super happy to see you here, and you're still in Brazil. Am I correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm by the beach. It's carnival in Brazil, so it's like midsummer in Sweden. It's the hottest holiday. So everyone is around. There's a lot of parties, so it's great.
It's the same in Lisbon in Portugal,
Oh
and
yeah.
ainda não falo muito português, but I'm practicing. So
Wow, great pronunciation, by the way.
people actually think that I'm Portuguese because I speak so well the little that I know.
Yeah, it's impressive. Yeah.
Wow, thanks. But hey, let's start because today the topic here I wanted to have like this number goals that everyone watching this can have, like making 5 figures with your online coaching business by helping people that you really care and feel meaningful to helping, and you have been working with us now for a few months already, and I really would like to first ask by asking what is your situation, like where are you right now and what have you done in the past weeks?
Well, first of all, thank you, Marianne, for the opportunity to be here. I'm very happy and even a bit emotional to be with you, my mentor, being myself a mentor. And I always tell everyone that every mentor needs a mentor, right? Because we are always evolving. I've been on the internet since 2016. I started on YouTube, creating content in Portuguese for people who were looking for jobs at the United Nations. That was my situation back then. I was looking for opportunities at the UN, and I started sharing my journey without any strategy. I wasn't really monetizing anything. I was just like needing to pass on this all the information that I got about the UN and the process, like cover letters, CVs. Then I stopped creating content for some years, and then I was back during the pandemics. It's still very focused on the UN, but in the past 6 months, I changed a bit because I realized that I could help so many people that are not so interested in the United Nations, but other international organizations or international corporations. So then I've been changing my content and evolving also as a mentor, and that's when I met you in Stockholm. And then when I heard your pitch, I was like, oh my god, I need this person as my mentor, because what you said was exactly like what I wanted to hear, and how I wanted to structure my mentoring and so on. So that's how I found you in that gala dinner in Stockholm.
Yeah, that's amazing, and I'm really happy to hear like your like this started from your passion towards this topic that you've been like passionate about. And I feel like the best businesses usually starts from your own, like your inner meaning that you find really meaningful. So I really like that you also started with that and didn't have the plans on monetizing it in the beginning, and then you just figured out how to make it a profitable business, because there's nothing wrong with doing that, because in that way you are also able to create a living from doing what you love. So what does your business currently do? Like what have you created also in our program IGA?
Yeah, so I've been looking back to my journey, and realizing that it's not only about the CV and the cover letter, which I was focusing more in 2020 and 2021, but other aspects. For instance, the personal branding, a bit of a knowledge of etiquette rules, because we talk a lot about diplomacy and dealing with people from different cultures. So it is very important for you to know a little bit about dress code and what to say, what not to say, a bit of intercultural competences. So I really created something that is very holistic, and that's why I decided to go for 16 weeks instead of 12. Because I really want to see the transformation, and I put everything together. So yes, in my program, you're going to learn how to write a very compiling and convincing cover letter and CV, but it's not only about that, because if you don't walk the walk, then it won't convince anyone. Because when you go
Yeah.
to the interview, if you are not really what is written there, if people can't see that person that he or she read on the cover letter, it won't convince anyone. So you have to be, everything has to be connected. The way you dress, your tone of voice, your haircut, the way you present and position yourself online and offline. So then I decide to design a very complete and holistic program.
Wow, that's amazing. And actually, what we have also been like in the process of making our program as well, a 6 months long, because we can see that, okay, yeah, it's really possible to get these fast results really fast. And that's what we've already witnessed with like hundreds of people. But then if you want to think about the next steps and the next steps after getting those results, we want to be also helping our clients with that in the future. So I really like that you mentioned that 12 weeks isn't maybe enough to see like this big transformation. Like you can do, definitely you can do it already in that timeline, but also in other topics, it's like a little bit longer might be even better. So what do you think that changed the most with your way of thinking about, for example, selling that type of like premium program that you are now selling?
I think the first chapter or the first video or one of the first videos, Marianne, about the mindset, I think it was so smart of you to start with that, because if you start anything with the wrong mindset, chances that it's not going to work are so big. So you really set us to think like, okay, we are becoming this, if you don't believe in yourself, no one's going to believe. If you don't believe this program works, no one's going to believe. And then you have to trust yourself, trust your guts. So I think those exercises of the affirmations and really changing the mindset were fundamental. And also because I took a very honest and deep look at my journey and how much money I have invested. Because, you know, here in Brazil, education is not like in Finland and Sweden. We
Yeah.
pay. I mean, you do have some free universities, but they are more for the elites or people that have paid to study to pass those universities. Otherwise, like my parents have to pay for me to learn English and all the other languages and all the countries that I've lived. So I was like, okay, I've invested so much money that I don't even know the figures right now, because it's been like years. So I can't charge less than what I really think I deserve. So I think this is also one thing when you think about premium, because you also want people that realize and see your value. So I don't want to be, you know, negotiating low and, you know, giving a lot of discounts, because no one has given any discounts in my life, you know, like I
Yep.
have to pay the full price for everything. So, but of course I was a bit insecure. I was like, okay, this is a bit too expensive. People won't pay. But I was like, you know, that's my price. Just like as I told you, when I went to university to do my MBA, that was super expensive in one of the most important business school in Latin America. No one has given me a discount, and that was the price. And then I paid, and then I got the education, and I got jobs thanks to that education. So I said,
Yes.
okay, that's my price. And this was, I think, it was the golden like from your program, really the mindset. And if the person doesn't want to pay or thinks too expensive, he or she is not the ideal client. So this person shouldn't be working with you, because he or she can't understand how much money and time you have invested on yourself, and you are going to give it to her like in pieces and very detailed, with a strategy, with a methodology. Like, where do you find it? I didn't have any mentor in my journey. You know, it's being like just a friend here, friend there, an advice here, an advice there, and I had to figure it out by myself. So now
Yeah.
I'm like giving this little package. So of course I have to charge a fair price.
Yeah. And also, I want to go back to the conversation that we had in the beginning of the year, because you asked this great question on our live call that I was hosting like a few weeks ago. And you were talking about like, because you wanted to help a lot of people, and then you were like struggling that, okay, can I put this price tag to my services, because this means that then I can't help with my paid program all of the people, because they might not have the money. And now you're like, you have shifted your mindset so radically. So can you tell a little bit more about that? Because I know that there probably is people who are watching this maybe now live or afterwards from YouTube or in replay. Like what did make you, or what changed your mind about that, and that you can still feel that you are helping people, but you can also raise your prices to premium?
Yeah, it was a combination of factors. First, that I did this exercise, like really, as you said, the mindset, and really trying to remember how much I have paid for to learn French, to learn Swedish, to learn Spanish, to do an MBA, to study in Sweden, do a master's in Sweden, and all the unpaid internships that I've done in New York, in Kenya. And I really try to put everything, like have get to these numbers, because numbers are very concrete, right? It's not like, oh,
Yes.
it's not blah blah blah. It's like, okay, that's how much I have invested all my career in myself. So that was the first exercise. Then I also remember how many videos and how many Instagram posts and lives that I have shared for free in Portuguese to people. And everything is there. And then in the middle of all this, there was a person that approached me in a very rude way, like, "Hi, how can I get a job at the UN?" And then that made me so mad. I was like, "Come on, I have over 20 videos, interviews. I have posts on Instagram. You don't even read it. You don't even watch my videos, and you come and you want my services for free." So then I was like, you know what? People, they just give value when they pay, when they
That's
really
so,
open their wallets. Because if it's for free, they are like, ah, okay, whatever. Because I have also given a scholarship or big discounts before. And I hate to say that, Mariana, but the people that got the discounts or even joined my program for free, they didn't show up for the classes.
yes.
I could see that they didn't watch the videos. In the platform, I can see the progress, just like in your platform. And they watched maybe like 10 minutes. And those who paid the full price, they were super committed. They would show up for the lives. They would do the exercise. So for me, I hate to think about this, because I really think that some people, they make good use of scholarships and they really, are grateful. But my experiences show that those people are the least committed, because they
Yeah.
didn't have to pay. They got it for free. So I'm not saying that in the future I won't think about maybe giving scholarships, especially for women, because I really want to maybe pick one or two people that could have this opportunity. But I first want to structure and really have it very well structured, my program first, and really think about how I can select people, make some kind of selection. Because otherwise, unfortunately, most people, not everyone, but most people, they just don't see the value if they don't pay anything. So I think
Yeah.
it was a combination of factors that made me change my mind.
Yeah, I've heard this saying that if you don't pay, you don't pay attention, and I think that's such a good one, because like I would say that everything is there for free to get. Like you can get every information that you need for free, but the thing is that you need to commit and dedicate your time, and you don't value free stuff or even like low price stuff as much as you do if you have paid a lot of money for that, or even like it doesn't, like a lot of money can be really subjective, but if you had to like put some skin in the game, that's when
Yeah.
you are also like committed on like doing the change. And yeah, so I really like that you explained what made you change your mind about the pricing. So what did you struggle before with your business and the business side, mostly before, and like having this sales strategy? We can go to that more detailed later.
Yeah, I think before it wasn't very clear for me for the sales process. I was doing a lot of content or organic content, and just put the link there and with the price. So it was very cold selling process, I think. And with your methodology, I think I can also select people better, people that I want to work with. So I think this is also very, very interesting. And also your methodology, right? Because all the other mentorings that I've done, it was very focused on creating content and selling through organic content, but they didn't touch upon the methodology and how you structure your program. And that was what I was looking for, because I was like, okay, I want to get a methodology that works, and then you show us the way, like how you structure your program, and not only the sales part, but also the implementation. Because if you don't give results, then you start losing credibility, because it's
Yeah.
not only about selling. You have to get people to get results. Just like I'm having results and I'm still in the program, I'm not even finished your program yet. So I was very worried to find a methodology that would give people like very substantial results. And that's what I found in the smart mentoring,
Yeah.
the methodology as well.
Yeah, and I really love that, because for me, as the founder of Smart Mentoring, it feels super meaningful to see our clients to get results and change their lives in various different ways. Like there's health coaches, there's business coaches and consultants, and like all these different career coaches like yourself. So I think that it's really cool to see this, because like so many of our clients, they are impressed on like that their clients get super fast results when they are doing it in the way that we show in the program. And what I also think is that most of us see that that it's too complicated, and they are like making it too complicated, creating so much stuff, and it's actually not about that. What would you say about that?
Yeah, I think that results, if you give too much information, that's another thing that I realized in your program, that the videos are very concise. They are not longer than 30 minutes. And for me as a career mentor, most of my clients, they are already working, or they are, looking job hunting, so which takes a lot of time for you to apply for jobs. So I was like, I can't come with a theory. This is not a PhD. This is not a master's. So I that's another thing that I learned for you. The videos are very like straightforward, and you give the reference if someone wants to read or watch something more, but it's very concise. And then it's a lot of hands-on exercise. So that's what I'm implementing, using the same methodology in my program. It's going to be very short presentations or workshop, or me talking, and a lot of exercise, and people really putting their hands there, and delivering what has been said. Because I think some people think, oh, I have to give a lot of bonus, I have to give a lot, but people just get overwhelmed, and then they don't do anything, or they just sit there and watch the videos and don't implement. So I think that's one of the greatest thing in your methodology is really like to be very precise and very straightforward. Okay, that's what you have to do now, hands-on. And when you say don't watch all the videos, like really do step by step. Watch the first video, implement it, get the feedback from the mentor, then move ahead. So I also think that's how I want to do it. I'm delivering this beta group live, so they won't even have the opportunity to watch anything, because
Yeah.
they have to show up. So I think this is also great strategy.
Yeah, I like that too, that you mentioned that you are doing it live, because that also enables our clients to get really fast sales results for their businesses, so that they get paid for creating something new and something that actually works for their clients. Because they are doing, most of our clients, I would say even 99% are doing it in the way that you are describing, that they are delivering it the first time live, and then you can create it to your like online course platform or whatever, and it's going to be more passive from your side the next time you're going to do that, and free up your time. But in the beginning it might take, and it takes more time, of course, but that's also part of the developing process. And previously, what I've done also, when I created an online course, I actually created all the material before I had a single client to it. So I think this is still a better way to do it. Or what do you think?
No, I completely agree, because also you can feel it, because I'm going to do like this. I'm going to record myself when I'm doing the workshop or the lecture, so to say. Then I'm going to open up for those who are live to get questions. So I get immediate feedback also. Okay, so then next time if I want to record it again, I can add this point because it's a common question. So I think it works much better, and most people like to attend live as well. But in the future, and I'm telling this to everyone, like, okay, you will have the chance to really watch it live. Next group, they will just have the recordings. But because my program involves one-on-one sessions, because I really like this, like having the contact with the client, especially when you talk about personal branding, professional image. I really want to look at people and see their stories and help. It's
Yeah.
going, as you said, to free up time for me for the next group, because the theoretical part, the theory will be recorded, then I'll have more time to do the one-on-one and give the attention to the clients.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's really good. And there's like so many ways on doing and delivering your services. Like there's no one way, and that's what I would also like to address here, that anyone thinking about joining, for example, or a program, like you don't need to be strictly doing it in a certain way, because like every entrepreneur can have their own ways, but they can just implement what they find that works best for them. But let's go to talking about the sales strategy, because that's probably something that has been a game changer for you. For example, like you were so happy that you saw these super fast results. We were talking about that you got your investments back to the program in less than a month after starting
Yeah.
the sales. So can you tell a little bit more about like what did you do? And you can go as detailed as you want, because we want to share this value to everyone here today.
Sure. First, I have to say that I was feeling very insecure to do the investment, because I didn't have the money. I really went lower than, in Sweden, you can't go lower than 2,500 euros in your in capital in your company. And I did that. I really took a big risk, because I read somewhere, I know it's very cliche, but it's like the bigger the step, the bigger the results. And I've been playing safe ever since I opened my company. It's basically zero investment, because I had already the computer, I have already the iPhone. So it was just really like making money. But also my results were pretty UK, like because I wasn't really taking big steps. So I was like, no, I want to do this investment. I'm going to go in lower than I'm allowed, in the company, because I was convinced that I would get the money back. I thought it would take me 3-4 months, but I was like, okay, I can manage. But it was much faster than I thought. And I'm still selling this program, because it starts 1st of March. So I'm very convinced that I'm going to get more people. And with the sales strategy, I was a bit, oh my God, this is going to be so overwhelming. A lot of people, talking and the booking. I don't have this time. But no, because the way I put it, it was, I didn't make a lot of noise. I just put on my stories. And then when people contact me, I already did the strategy of the DM strategy. I already kind of select a bit already in the messages. And then those that I talk to, that I have the calls, everything was so positive. Those who didn't join now, they said, please, I want to join next time. So
Yeah.
I thank God it just attract like very good people, and people that are really this. One of them even said, I see the value. I even think it's cheaper. I was like, what? I would pay even more. But at this time, I'm doing another mentoring. I'm doing another course, and I don't have the time to do this now, to invest the time. But please let me know when you're going to open again. So I was really surprised, and I wasn't nervous at all, because for me, I was also set in my mind, as you say, that I was helping people already, because it was basically 3 hour of mentoring, because I was
Yeah.
helping and brainstorming with them. I was like, okay, what are your challenges? And I was giving a lot of advice already for that person. So I think it was natural that the person wanted to join, because it's like, okay, she's already helping me, and I'm not even paying for this hour, or 1 hour and 30 minutes. So coming back to the feeling guilty and, oh, I'm overcharging them, I also like, I'm helping this person regardless of he or she joining the program or not.
That's so good. Yeah.
So I really think it's worth it, the strategy. And if you who are watching think you were a bit overwhelmed, just do as Mariana says, with the DM strategy, so you can filter a bit people, and just do the calls, because you're going to meet people, you're going to learn a lot, because you start realize that the pains are almost the same. Insecurity, in my case, people are insecure, people think that their communication skills is not very good. So this is also ideas for your program, for your content creation, so you get so much, you're not just giving, you are getting also, even if the person doesn't sign the contract.
Yeah, that's so true. And what I really think that it taught me was like I know the ideal clients for our company really well, and also I know what type of content to create for them to get them engaged and get them value, and like these type of things you can't learn anywhere else than talking to those people. So I really think that we are doing the same, like in the same time, market research, and also like so like marketing, getting marketing ideas, and also selling, which is like the nice part in the side. And also I would say that like every single entrepreneur needs sales skills. So do you think that doing the sales this way with our methodology has helped you to become better at sales?
Absolutely, because if you are shy or feeling insecure, that's a perfect training, because it doesn't really feel like selling. It feels more
Yeah.
like a conversation, and it feels more like you are helping people. And also, as I said, you get a lot of insights about, and then you start to realize that, especially if you know who your ideal client is, that the pains are almost the same, the challenges, the insecurities. So it becomes for you very easy to understand and to help them, and also to formulate your pitch, because you understand where they're coming from, what do they want. And I also think for this kind of premium program, because one thing that I want to share today, that I think it's very interesting, Mariana, I worked in five-star hotels in Stockholm,
Yeah.
so I know how to sell a premium product, but I
Yeah.
couldn't see this in my business. But now I'm like, okay, five-star, it's about being very personal, and the best service, and of course it comes with a price. That's life. If you want to be treated as a queen or a king, the price is going to be different from a 2 stars, 3 star, or even 4 stars hotel. So I also start, okay, this is a premium, this is a luxury product, so they're going to get a lot from me, but of course it comes with a price, and it's a fair game. That's how it works. And like if you go to a Chanel store, you're going to get champagne, massaging your feet, but then you're going to pay 7,000 for a little bag. But you can go to, I don't know, any other store, and then you won't get
H&M.
this. H&M, exactly. No one's going to even look at you, but you're
Yeah.
going to pay $10.
Yeah.
So it's about the experience also, and how you delight the clients. You go the extra mile. So yeah, it takes much more energy if you're really committed, but you also get better results. So, and I
Yeah.
remember I worked for a five-star hotels in Stockholm. Then I downgraded to four, and I didn't like the four. So I was missing the luxury, the personalized. It's another aura, it's another soul towards the five stars. Very, very
Yeah.
much more interesting.
Yeah, and for some reason, when we start as entrepreneurs, like you said, that you didn't see this happening in your own business previously, but the thing is that like we can decide as
Yeah,
entrepreneurs, like where do we want to position ourselves? Like it isn't
exactly.
about our experience or the years that we've been working. Like for example, if you decide to create a premium, for example, luxury bag, like you said, like you can do that, and then it's going to be more expensive to create that, but also you're going to be asking more money for that. So also in coaching, in other industries, like you decide if you want to be the premium or be competing with the price. And I think that it's like never ending competition if you try to go lower and lower priced, and that's just hard. And I actually
Yeah,
also heard something that if you want to be the cheapest, like you really need to be the cheapest, because otherwise you are not competing even with that. So it's actually easier to come to the market and start competing, like being the most expensive and get the clients to that. So I really like that. That is like I would say that it's only like mindset game about like going from low price to premium.
Absolutely. And you also said on that event, the group event about sales that I asked about the price, you said that the amount of time and energy to sell a cheap product, it's almost the same as a premium
It
one.
is.
So you're going to be like, you know, dealing with people and people are going to ask for discounts. Another thing that I noticed so far, the people that I've talked, they either said yes or no. No one has asked for a discount. And then when I was selling cheaper products, they all would come and say, oh, but if I pay like this, or can you give me a discount? And people don't even dare. And that's the magic about premium, because people see, oh my God, this is so, people feel, I think, even a bit of shame of asking for a discount, because they understand, okay, this is really like, oh my God, it's great product. So
Yeah,
either I'll buy it or I'll just move on. But when you sell something cheap, because maybe she can go a bit lower. And then because
yeah,
they don't see the value, say, maybe I can get a discount here or something there. That hasn't happened to me, which is also very interesting. No one has asked for a discount so far. Thank
yeah.
God.
That's so good. And like we are now talking about this topic, I think that premium clients are different from like people who are trying to get everything for free or really cheap. And I'm not even saying that it's about like how much do you have on your bank account, because
No,
it's even more about like how committed are you getting some changes in your life. Like you mentioned earlier, how you became and enrolled to our program. Like it wasn't the case that you just had the money and you just like throw it and joined. Like it wasn't like
no,
that. So I would definitely say that to everyone thinking about should I sell premium, like it's not that you are selling only to like really rich people. Like it's not
no,
like
no.
that. So I would definitely also want to highlight that.
Absolutely. Yeah, premium clients, they see the value and they are really committed, because when you
Yes.
put money, it's the highest energy that you could have, money and love. So when you put money, it's a very strong energy. So it means that you will really want to see the change. And that was my mindset. And this is the mindset that people that had said yes to me. The bigger the step, the bigger the result. If you stay in the comfort zone, like you're going to just be in the mediocrity.
Yeah.
You're just going to be very like, okay, because you were not really jumping in the pool. You're just putting like your feet and going like, and then you won't see anything exciting. So I think the people that do these big investments, they really see that they are really committed, because they say, oh my God, at least was of me, like, okay, I didn't have this, but now this has to work. I have no choice
Yeah.
but getting my money back, because otherwise I'll be in troubles with the Swedish authorities, because after they I couldn't go lower than that, and I was lower, so I was like, okay, money has to come. So you really feel like a bit anxious, but not in the bad way, but really make it, because that's human being. You have to be a bit stressed to move, like have to see the lion in front of you to run, otherwise you'll just be there, hanging
Yeah.
around the jungle. So I think it's a good stress. It creates a bit of a positive stress for you to move and to move
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah, I've experienced that like many times, and I really still remember like last year this time I was making this decision to, well, I had already actually made it, but the decision to invest most money that I had ever previously invested in a program, and it was actually $15,000. So it was
Wow.
a lot, and I knew that I would have the money for the, because I needed to pay it in three parts, and I was like, okay, I have the money for the first part, and then if I just like squeeze every little credit card and everything, I have the money to the second part. But I didn't know how I'm going to pay the third part, so the only way was for me to actually make it happen, because I was in this program to learning this new sales strategy. So that's what I did, and it actually took only 10 days to me to get the investment back. So I really see, and this is my experience, that more that you invest, the more you are also you can like wait for getting back from it. So I would say also that the more money that I have invested, the more money I'm also confident asking from our clients. So
Yeah.
and from my services and our company services. So it's definitely something that you grow into. Like when you are investing hundreds to your business, then you are probably like able to ask hundreds from your own products. And then when you start asking or you start investing more, you're able to ask more. And this is also what you said earlier, that's understanding how much you have already invested in yourself to become the
Yeah.
expert that you already are. Like that is the, I would say, like one of our only what do you say, like now I'm losing my words, like the criteria on
Mm-hmm.
like becoming our client, that you need to have the expertise, because if you have that, then we are able to help you sell. Like that's no problem, but you have to have the experience on the things that you are going to help your clients with, because then you're able to get your money and investment back really fast. And I'm really confident on that. So yeah, so this is funny conversations to have about like money mindset and investing in yourself and all these things. But were there any other realizations or mindset shifts that you have made now in the past few months?
Yeah, I think that the mindset about money and my worth and my value, and also realize that there are things that can't even put a price tag. For instance, my network, the people that I have met in the 5 countries that I lived and that I worked. So if I'm going to open my network to someone, you know, it costs me so much time and energy and sometimes even money, because I'm a very generous person. I like to pay for coffees, drinks when I meet someone. So everything, and I'm going to put you in contact with a person that I know, that I created that relationship, because a relationship's like a flower. You have to put water, you have to give attention, because otherwise it just dies. So this is so priceless for me to put you in contact with someone that took
Yeah,
me time to get the person's trust. That's what convinced me that I think even that the program is quite cheap now.
yeah,
I should charge at least 3 4 times more, and that's my idea. And that's also something that I tell people. I say how much I paid for your program, and then they were like, "Oh," I said, "Yeah," and that's how much I'm gonna charge very soon. So
yeah,
please join now. It's very cheap. It's a bargain because it's going to be this price. And they were like, "Okay, okay, where do I sign?"
yeah. Well, that's so good. And like you said, like that's priceless. You can't even put a price tag on those kind of networks that you've built over the years. And yeah, so I think that you've had and made a great job on like making the impression on your audience already, that you have something really valuable for them, and you're now validated that idea by getting actual paid clients to your program. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Can you say one last thing here, like maybe for somebody who is struggling with their business and they are still like in the process of figuring out how they could make it profitable, and you've now clearly like cracked some code to selling premium programs also in the future, like we've been talking about privately, that this is just the beginning, and I'm super excited for you and for that. So
Thank
what
you.
would you say to somebody who is now thinking that, oh, should I take the leap and just try to sell first premium program?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you have to own it. You really have to feel that you deserve it, and you do, because of that. Just do this exercise about how many years you have invested in yourself, and put it everything, not only education, but as I said, the relationships that you have built, the places you have visited, the books you have, because this is time, and time, you know, every year, every day we are losing time. We are, you know, going towards the end. So it's really super precious, and it's your time. And also feel that you are entitled. Do the investments. One thing that I did, I changed my visual identity. I put it, you know, in a bit in a very elegant way. I also changed a bit the way I talk, because you also have to pass on this feeling of premium, of being, you know, a polished person, of being someone that take care of your appearance, of, because that's, I'm here thinking about the 5-star hotel, right? You have also to see how luxury it is, and how the person has put the time and energy in her image, and the way you talk, the way you write. I think all these little details, at least for me, I can see the difference, because people say, okay, she's like really polished and well groomed, and she presents herself in a very good way, as she thinks about the details and the image. At least for me, it has made a lot of change. So
For
you
me
really
too.
have to own it. Yeah, you have to be convinced first, because if you are not convinced that you are worthy, then no one's going to get convinced either. You have to see your self value, and then it just comes naturally, and people see it, they feel it, because there's also an energy, right? So I would say that you have to trust yourself deeply, really, really, really. And that comes with the mindset exercise, Marianne. Helped a lot, and the affirmations, and all this.
Yeah, we ask all of our clients in the beginning. Like I've also like it's good that you mentioned that, because I've sometimes thought about that maybe we should skip that part and just go directly to selling or something like that. But then now that you mentioned that, that was like the most crucial thing for you to actually change yourself first before you can actually change your business and the results that you get in your business. So I'm really happy that you mentioned that, because I've been in many courses and they have lacked the mindset part like completely. So I think that that we ask our clients to do the mindset book, and they actually create their like future self that they want to become. And I'm also like, I'm still doing that work like every single day. I'm trying to um, like remember to read my own mindset book and remind myself of who I'm becoming, because in that way I'm able to make better decisions like day to day with my health, with my business, with everything. So I really am happy that you mentioned that, and like everyone can start with mindset work like already, even if they have been able to uh, enroll in paid premium program. Like you can do that. There's plenty of videos and stuff online to like make better decisions with your mindset. But yeah, and where can people find you? Because maybe somebody is watching this from YouTube. We are hopefully we are making sure that there's every link to your channels as well, but you can also mention it here.
Sure. Yeah. One thing that also your program has encouraged me, it was a plan that I had for many years, but I haven't put into practice, is to create an Instagram and start creating content in English. Because
Yeah,
now I want like the world. I just don't want only Brazilians, but people from
yeah,
all over the world to join my program. And even the slides and all the documents for this program is already in English. So Brazilians that are joining, they have to understand English, because I'm already creating all the materials in English. So I just created a new Instagram. There isn't much there, but it's by Analice Martinson. I can share with you. So this one, Analice Martinson, is in Portuguese, but if you add by Analice Martinson, then you're going to see me creating content in English, because maybe not everyone understands Portuguese here. So you can search for this for my English profile. And even if you want to join this program, as I told you, it's going to be in English, the theory part, and then of course the one-on-one, if the person speaks Portuguese or French or Spanish or Swedish, I can do it in
you're
other
able to
languages
help
as
them.
well. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that
so
was
good.
also something that I was like, okay, I know so many languages. Why I'm going just to focus on Portuguese? I can talk to so many people. So I think the basics going to be in English, but I'm able to help people in other languages as well in the individual sessions.
Yeah, that's so good. And I'm so happy that we are here talking, and I'm excited. I hope that we are seeing each other soon on Monday in our group call again.
Yeah.
And I'm just wishing you good luck with everything and all the success and all the like great energy towards you, because I know I already see from you that you are going to make this a huge success with this program and with everything that you're probably going to do in the rest of your life, because you have this great attitude. I love talking to you. So thank you so much, Analice.
Thank you, Marianne, for the opportunity to be here, for changing my life in a way, because I'm so
Wow.
grateful that I was in that dinner, the gala dinner, and the
Yeah.
ladies from Business and Dreams that organized that dinner, because I really feel super motivated. And yeah, thank you so much for everything.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. It was so nice to hear that and see you.